Good morning, YouTubers. T Square with T Square Talk. I got a great video for you guys today. I think it's a great video. Today, I want to talk about the lies, the deception, the manipulation, and everything that's going on around us. And a lot of us are just oblivious to it. Now, if you've been following the channel for a while, you're probably not oblivious to it. If you're a silver stacker, you're probably not oblivious to it. There's a lot going on, though. What is this? Popped up. JP Morgan to pay $920 million manipulation. Look at that. I was just looking up stuff on that, but for manipulation, of course. What a coincidence. So that's what I want to talk about a little bit today. Not just about that specific story, but actually about a bunch of different stories, starting with even the Hunt brothers. And I'm going to show you guys some statistics, and I want you guys to make your own decision, because we've been told the Hunt brothers, the Hunt brothers, the Hunt brothers, cornering the market. And I don't think it's all quite amounts to that. We're going to talk about that. If you enjoy the video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts. As for, let's see, jumping in, first thing, I always like to start out right off showing the silver price. Silver price as of today, we are looking at $30.54. It is the weekend, so it's not moving. Same with gold. It is the weekend. It's not moving. However, they will start moving this evening, so I'm super excited to see what's going to happen this evening. Gold sitting at $27.70. I'm wondering. I don't know what's going to happen. We got the Fed meeting this week, so that's a lot of eyes are on the Fed meeting. Will they cut interest rates? Will they hold? A lot of people seem to think they're going to hold. However, Donald Trump says they're going to cut them. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. He says he's got a little bit of pull, and I'm curious to see how that battle's going to play out. I can't go past Bitcoin altogether, because Bitcoin is it did have a nice little jump, sitting at 105, 199. We did see that go up. Taking a quick look at the DXY index, still sitting right around 107. With that being said, let's jump right in. First thing we got to look at is, what year did the Hunt brothers get accused of manipulating silver? Because some people know it, some people don't. 1980. Now, the Hunt brothers, yes, the Hunt brothers were trying to preserve their purchasing power by buying silver. They knew what was going on. They knew what was happening. But what else was happening in 1980? So this chart right here shows the federal funds effective rate and the inflation rate. And when you look at it, you can see, it spiked in 75, and then it came back down, and then all of a sudden it ramped up. Well, look at when 1980 was. 1980, we were experiencing inflation. And so naturally, they knew what was going on, so they tried preserving their purchasing power. Now, did that work for them? I'll be honest. No, they actually got in trouble trying to protect their wealth, and they changed all the rules of the game. It's not, though, just the Hunt brothers' manipulation that we're told. It also comes down to them. How many people did they tell to buy silver because of, it protects your purchasing power? How many people did they talk to, interact, and it continued to get out? Everybody's heard of the Hunt brothers, so it only makes sense that more people jumped on the bandwagon and started buying. And I'm convinced that that's actually what's slowly happening right now. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some fall guy come out in a year from now that, Elon Musk trying to manipulate the price of silver. Why? Because he bought silver. Warren Buffett trying to manipulate the price of silver. Why? Because he bought silver. They need someone to blame, because what they don't want to do is tell you the truth, that inflation is driving up prices and the value of your fiat dollars is going down because they keep printing them. When you look at the I wish I don't have this chart. I should have pulled this chart up for the 80s. But, I showed this briefly yesterday, how you can see inflation, yeah, it went up and then it pulled back. And now it looks like it's kind of starting to climb again. A lot of people say, oh, no, it's pulling back. No, I don't think it is. I think this is where we're at right here. We're at 1975. If I had to pick a time period, I would say, 1976 maybe. because you had that spike and then it came down, and now we're getting ready to hit it again. But a lot of people just don't understand. They don't understand what's going on, because when I read these numbers, I mean, these got to be manipulated too. And I'm going to show you why in just a second. Food. You think food is up 2.5%? I mean, be honest. When you go to the grocery store, are you seeing 2.5%? Energy. Are you seeing minus 0.5%? You might convince me that oil prices are, well, the barrel of oil is not down, but the gas prices, they seem a little bit lower than we have seen recently. So I'm thankful for that. As you look, though, inflation is still climbing. And they're not going to tell you that because they don't want you to really fully realize what's going on. They want you to be in the dark. Why? Because, like I said, it's kind of like that who's left holding the bag at the end. They want you to be left holding the bag with fiat dollars. They need someone to invest in it when everybody else is getting out of it. JP Morgan metals traders jailed over market manipulation. Some of y'all heard about this. This didn't just happen. It happened a while back. But a lot of people want to claim there's no manipulation. There are people out there, manipulation's a hoax, manipulation's this, that. You YouTubers are always just saying it's manipulation. When the price goes up, then what is it? Breaking through the manipulation? More people buying, people realizing that the manipulation is BS, and they just want more. Right now at $30, we're not seeing a lot of movement. We're seeing a nice consolidation phase. Why? Because a lot of people are tight right now. Inflation is so high, a lot of people are just struggling to make ends meet. The average stacker may have been even slowing down on his purchases. Why? Because he doesn't have as much money right now. What's going to happen as the new year ramps on? Maybe more people will start going back to work. There's a lot of people out of work right now. And a lot of people deny that because, let's be honest, the jobs numbers, I'm not even convinced are real. They've been, revising them over and over again. They put out the numbers and then a month later they revise it and nobody hears about it. Moving on, like I said, I had to give Bitcoin credit for that nice little jump. But even Bitcoin, in my opinion, and not just Bitcoin, other cryptos are being heavily manipulated. Now, someone might say, well, why would they want to manipulate them up? It's not that they're manipulating them up. It's that they're buying and they're holding and they're letting, I don't want to say dumb money because it sounds so inappropriate, but they're letting common people put their money into it. They're letting common people margin their accounts. I don't know what the proper term is. In stocks, we call it margining. In cryptos, there's another name for it, but basically they're borrowing crypto against the crypto that they already have. They're borrowing money so they can buy more crypto with it. And eventually, who's going to be left holding the bag? Right now, BlackRock and JP Morgan are being accused of manipulation of XRP. Now, XRP's seen really nice jumps. But was it manipulation? They got in. Yes, they bought in huge stakes of it. And ultimately, they are trying to corner the market. I mean, when you have the Hunt brothers trying to corner the market on silver, well, they get to slap down. But when you have BlackRock and JP Morgan trying to corner the market essentially on XRP, you won't hear nothing of it. And the fact that there's accusations coming out, I'm curious to see how this is all going to play out for that. What's this last one? Oh, this was that story that I was actually had popped up just before. JP Morgan to pay $920 million for manipulating precious metals. Think about that for a minute. And here's the thing. They're not done. They're not done manipulating. Why? Because they make money at it. Now, how much money are they really making when you think about it? If they had the money to pay $920 million, we're talking almost $1 billion fine for manipulating, but yet they're still doing it. It's not going to end. And some people, well, I shouldn't say it's not going to end, because right there someone's going to be like, I told you it's not going to end. It's not going to end well is what I should say. Eventually, you can't manipulate the market forever. Eventually, if you push the price of something down so long, naturally more people, everyday people, are going to flood in and try to buy it up. I mean, if the price was to go lower, I'm waiting on a dip right now, and I've been saving money. I've been working on my house. I've been staying home. I've even been eating some of my preps and trying to preserve my money and get ready for should we see some kind of a drop in precious metals. Now, was I doing that before? No, I'll be honest. I don't save a lot of dry powder normally. I know a lot of people say, oh, you should save a bunch of dry powder. It's a lot of just timing. I told you guys I had a car accident and the insurance did pay me for that. And then I'm going to fix it myself, essentially. And then on top of that, I have my taxes that I filed late. I should have filed almost a year ago, but I filed a 6-month extension, and then I ended up going late still. And even though they owe me money, and I've been told by my CPA, as long as they owe you money, you don't have a problem. If you owe them money, you're going to pay them interest. And then I'm fixing to file, once I get these ones done, then I'm going to actually file the ones that I should be filing now. So we'll see how that all plays out. So that does give me extra money plus my regular money that comes in. So I'm looking for a buying opportunity. And I really think, I'm curious to see how it's going to play out next week with the Fed meeting. Are they going to beat down the price of precious metals to make the dollar look good? Will something naturally happen to the dollar? You know, if the dollar comes down, precious metals generally go up, which means they'd have to try to beat the price down. If the dollar goes up, then theoretically we should see precious metals come down because the dollars are more valuable, which means precious metals would come down in price, which would give me a great buying opportunity. Do I think it's going to be long? Nope. It could happen. We could see a dollar drop on Sunday night. I guess tonight, I should say. And all of a sudden it pops right back up again. Who knows? I mean, when you see big drops, that's when stuff can actually a good buying opportunity. I know some people out there are going to say, what's 50 cents? It's not that big of a deal. You know, you're right. It probably ain't in the grand scheme of things, but if you're going to pick up maybe a 100-ounce stack, it can be beneficial. I mean, you're talking an extra $50. That's the difference of you going out to eat, maybe a couple extra ounces, depending on how you play it out. So with that being said, I just want you guys to be aware of the manipulation that is going on. They're never going to tell you what is actually happening. And so once you realize, it puts you in a better spot just knowing. I guess they say knowing is half the battle. I can't remember where I heard that from. I think it was that G.I. Joe? I don't know. I just remember. If you made it to the end, tell me where that came from. Knowing is half the battle. I can't remember. Just kind of sticks out. With that being said, take care, everybody, and I hope you all have a great day. Thank you for watching and commenting and subscribing. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.